of the greatest examples of a vision being turned into reality, in my opinion anyway, is the moon landing. Now, the moon landing took place in 1969. But in 1961, while giving a speech at Rice University in Texas, President John F. Kennedy described a vision of the Americans going to the moon. He described in great detail, he said things like, "We will send a man to the moon in a giant rocket more than 300 feet tall, then return it safely to the Earth, and we'll do it within this decade." Now, President Kennedy was assassinated in 1963, so he wasn't alive to see the actual moon landing in 1969, but his vision was so inspiring that I think it emboldened the Americans to make sure that it was done within that decade. What we're going to cut to now is a clip where we'll get to hear President Kennedy deliver that speech in 1961, but the footage that we'll be looking at will be of the actual moon landing in 1969. It'll be the vision being turned into reality.
We shall send to the moon, 240,000 miles away, a giant rocket more than 300 feet tall, on an untried mission to an unknown celestial body, and then return it safely to Earth. But why, some say, the moon? Why choose this as our goal? And they may well ask, why climb the highest mountain? Why, 35 years ago, fly the Atlantic? We choose to go to the moon. We choose to go to the moon. We choose to go to the moon in this decade and do the other things, not because they are easy, but because they are hard. Because that goal will serve to organize and measure the best of our energies and skills. Because that challenge is one that we're willing to accept, one we are unwilling to postpone. And therefore, as we set sail, we ask God's blessing on the most hazardous and dangerous and greatest adventure on which man has ever embarked.
Kennedy's vision was so clear and so exciting that it inspired some of the greatest minds of the day to drop what they were doing and come work on this project. And again, because the vision was so clear to get to the moon and back safely, the tens of thousands of people who were working on the project knew exactly what they were doing, and they were able to harness all of their energy in the one direction, and that helped them inevitably turn that vision into reality. So before I take you through a sample of a breakthrough goal, what I want to do is just remind you of just a couple of the important criteria to make sure that you set and achieve an effective breakthrough goal. Number one is we want to make it achievable within 2 or 3 months. We don't want to set a real long-term goal, 2 or 3 months probably at the most. Secondly, is it's got to be something beyond your current abilities. It can't be something that you could get done today if you just pushed yourself really, really hard. It's got to be something that forces you to grow and stretch. The breakthrough goal that I'm going to set for myself to try and achieve is I'm going to try and run 5k in less than 25 minutes. So my current personal best as of the 31st of December 2021 is 30 minutes and 28 seconds. So that's more than 5 minutes I've got to take off. My vision is that when I've achieved it, my Fitbit will have at least 24 minutes 59 seconds on it. I'll have a leaner, fitter, more athletic body. When I get close to running that time, I have this yellow top. I'm going to start wearing that when I'm trying to break this 25-minute mark. When I finish, once I've achieved it, I'll be pretty sweaty. I'll have run pretty hard. I'll feel really proud of myself. I'll feel like my old self as well, because I used to be really fit. And that's one of the things is I want to get back to sort of the old level of fitness I used to have. And to finish it off, what I'm going to do is I'm going to run somewhere near the sea. And when I finish it 5k in 25 minutes, I'm going to jump in, or less than 25 minutes, I'm going to jump into the sea to celebrate. There is one more motivating factor that's inspiring me to do this, and I'll tell you that at the beginning of the planning and strategy section. What I'd like you to do now is take maybe 5 or 10 minutes to think about what vision, what breakthrough goal you'd like to turn into reality. Maybe you'll make a short film. Maybe you'll set yourself a fitness challenge like I have. Maybe you'll learn how to play the guitar or get a flying lesson. And when you've thought about something that's really exciting to you, it doesn't need to be exciting to anybody else, just you, write it down in the vision section of the template. Then describe as much detail as you can. Really bring some colour to it. Tell me, write down what you'll see. What will you hear? How will you feel when you've achieved it? Write all that down, bring as much colour as you can to it, and then when you finish that section, we'll move on to the planning and strategy part. If you don't have a copy of this breakthrough template, you can download one in the breakthrough goal section of my website, which is stephenkiernan.ie. If you enjoyed this video, maybe you'll enjoy my book. If you'd like to buy a copy of Brilliant Mondays, you'll find it on my website, stephenkiernan.ie.